Okay, I just got out of Furiosa. I'm gonna do this in the car because, yeah, I'm just gonna do it in the car. Now, I've never considered myself a huge Mad Max fan. Like, I'm a fan of the franchise and I like the films, but I've never considered myself like a super fan until now. Furiosa was just fantastic. George Miller is honestly, I love how Mad Max is sort of his thing, where because he's been making these films for decades, and they just seem to keep getting better. I don't know if getting better is the right word, because I guess some people would arguably say that maybe, one and two is they're better than the third one. But Fury Road was fantastic. I love Fury Road a lot. But I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I think Furiosa is the best one. I absolutely loved it. Chris Hemsworth did such a great job. Anya Taylor-Joy was great. Again, George Miller, it's just the craft. I mean, he is a true auteur. There was one section of the film that I heard took months to film, and I think I know what section it is. And it was absolutely mesmerizing from start to finish. This film definitely, it takes its time, but in a very, I guess you could say, fast-paced way. Like, it's not slow at all. I didn't feel the runtime whatsoever. And again, it blew my expectations out of the water. Like, this was a film that I knew I was going to go see, but I didn't know I was going to love it this much. Like, it's probably my second favorite film that I've seen this year. It's not, I don't think it's better than Challengers, but I think I liked it better than Civil War, and I liked it better than Dune 2. It was fun, and it was something that it grabbed my attention the whole entire time. It was executed beautifully, and I had heard some people complain about the cinematography in the film, the way that it looked. Like, it kind of had this weird kind of fake look to it, I guess you could say. But you really have to watch it in theaters to sort of, because I can tell you that it looks fine and it looks great, but until you see it in theaters, it just, from the trailer, because I sort of felt the same way. I'm not going to lie. I kind of thought the same thing. But when I seen it in theaters, I was just very satisfied. I'm very satisfied completely. Like, I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if it maybe got a nomination for best cinematography. I mean, sound, I think, is almost a given. Maybe even editing. Chris Hemsworth was great in it. I mean, it's just, it's a perfect prequel to Mad Max Fury Road. Like, you could watch these films back to back. And one thing that I really like is, even though Anya Taylor-Joy is Furiosa and they didn't cast, I forget who was Furiosa in the last one, I'm so sorry, but it just felt right. It just, I loved it. I loved every second of Mad Max, I was about to say Fury Road, fuck. I loved every second of Furiosa. It was so good, so good. It kind of had the Dune 2 effect for me, where the first 30 minutes of Dune 2, it was probably my favorite part, and I would probably say that the first 30 minutes of this was my favorite part, because again, I was so hooked while watching it. And also, I get upset when people talk during films and stuff, because I feel like I have that problem every time I go to the theater. Like, people just don't know how to fucking act. But there was an older man that was sitting in front of me. He had to at least be 60, maybe. I don't know. Maybe he was a little younger, a little older. But his reactions were so great. Like, it just made my day. Every single time somebody was getting punched or something was happening, he was like, whoa, whoa. And I was just so happy for him. I could tell he was having a great time, and that's great. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a thumbs up and maybe subscribe. If you guys want to check out my teaser trailer for Pesadilla or 2, or if you want to check out my short film, The Interview, definitely check it down in the description below. Anyway, let me know what you thought of Furiosa down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time.